Hare Krishna. Thank you, Srinivas Prabhu and Sarishna Mataji. We'll just do Kirtan for 5-10 minutes and then we will. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodhanandana Vrajjana Ranjana Yashodhanandana Vrajjana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Rഘुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम, जय सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम, जय सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव सुंदर विग्रह मेघा श्याम, गंगा तुलसी सालिग्राम। सुंदर विग्रह मेघा श्याम, गंगा तुलसी सालिग्राम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम, जय सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम, जय सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति पतित पावन सीताराम। जय राधा दामोदर, जय राधा दामोदर, जय जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ। जय बलदेव, जय सुभद्रा। जय गौरनिताय, जय गौरनिताय, जय गौरनिताय, जय गौरनिताय। जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, श्रील प्रभुपदा। जय प्रभुपदा, जय निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल। युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गुरुदेव महाराज की। हरे कृष्ण। Thank you, Prabhu, for giving me an opportunity to glorify the Lord. वो आपके पास जो है, आप लोगों का कोई ग्रुप है प्रभु यहाँ पे? नहीं, you have some group here, anything, no? Okay, I'll just say you can repeat it. नहीं, ऐसा कोई ग्रुप internally, there is nothing like group, no? So you can. I think గ్రూప్ ఉందా ఏమైనా? అందరు ఉన్నారా? లేదు, ఉండని పర్వాలేదు, లేకపోతే నేను చెప్తాను, రిపీట్ చేస్తారు, పర్వాలేదు. హరే కృష్ణ. ఓం అజ్ఞానతిమిరాంధస్య జ్ఞానాంజన శలాకయ చక్షురున్మిళితం ఏన తస్మై శ్రీ గురువే నమః. మీరందరూ ఉన్నారా? హరి బోల్ ఉండనే ఉండి పర్వాలేదు. అవునా? ఓకే ఓకే. సో పర్వాలేదు, నేను రిపీట్ చేస్తాను అక్కడ. మీరు చెప్పండి దాని తర్వాత. ఓం అజ్ఞానతిమిరంధస్య జ్ఞానాంజన శలాకయ చక్షురున్మిలితం తస్మై శ్రీ గురువే నమః. సో Vijayadashmi, very important festivals in the cultural traditions of India, right? Not from today, from the ages. It's English is okay, kada?
Yes, yes.
Telugu also. Telugu, maybe if I come in between, then I can say Telugu, okay? So,
Tamil also, right?
Tamil I can't.
Odissi also.
Huh?
Odissi.
Sorry, bol. Mostly we'll keep it in English. Mostly we'll keep it in English, and maybe in between, if I get some words in Telugu, I'll tell in Telugu also. సో మనకి ఇది చాలా ముఖ్యమైన ఫెస్టివల్, వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫెస్టివల్. అండ్ అమంగ్ ది కల్చర్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా, యూ కెనాట్ మిస్ దిస్ ఫెస్టివల్. ఇన్ whichever tradition you follow, be it in the north, from Kashmir till Kanyakumari in the town, or from Gujarat till the far east, this festival is touched upon by everybody. There is not even a single community which doesn't celebrate this festival. So, and it is the festival which is observed on what? The 10th day of the bright fortnight of the Asvayuja month. We call it this month as Asvayuja, right? Ashwin month in Hindi, we call it as Ashwin month. So Ashwin month, the bright part of the Ashwin month, which we call as Shukla Paksha, we call it as. So this is a day which is considered to be very auspicious as per Shastras. Very, very auspicious, where, you can start any new venture. You can make any housewarming. You can purchase any house, purchase any asset. Like you name it, any Shubhakarya, any traditional thing which has to come to our home, you don't have to look for Muhurta today. This is the best day. Full day is having full Muhurta. You don't have to worry, like, I have to see this column, that column. No, not required. There are 3 festivals in a calendar year where you don't have to look for a Muhurta. They're always auspicious, which is as per Shastras. So what are those 3 festivals? One is Vijaya Dasami, I've already said.
Deepavali.
No. Akshaya Tritiya. You all have, Akshaya Tritiya, which is one of the auspicious festival. On that day, you don't have to look for muhurtas. We belong to Rajasthan, actually. In Rajasthan, okay, we stay in Hyderabad, but okay, we are more like Telugu only, but culturally we are from Rajasthan. So, you don't have to look for a wedding. When you have to do a wedding function, or, when you have to finalize a wedding, what do? You go and finalize with the Pantulu, okay, get some good muhurtam, which has very good lines, they say rekhas, they call it as. But these 3 days, that is Akshaya Tritiya, Vasant Panchami, and Dashera, you don't have to look for any muhurtas. Even wedding. Of course, weddings cannot happen during this Deepavali. It will happen only after Tulasi Viva, which is, in the next, the Kartik month, Ekadashi, when it comes. That is where most of the weddings and auspicious functions start off. But these 3 festivals are always auspicious for anything. So, in Rajasthan, if it is Akshaya Tritiya has come, everybody will, just fix off marriage, and they will perform marriage also. Not necessary to see the wedding also. It is that auspicious. So Shastras give this festival that importance. And that is why during that Kumbha Mela, how many of you have gone this time during Kumbha Snanam? No? Nobody? Haripur.
Everybody got some Ganga water.
Okay.
No, that is from him only.
Haripur. So that was like, so Basant Panchami Day. We had a snan on the Basant Panchami Day. It's very auspicious. Okay, so looking at that only, we had gone and booked on accordingly, and so we said we don't want to miss in any one of the. It has a Shai Snan also on that day, so we'll have it on that day. So it is also called as Vijaya Utsava in the south, same Dashera in the north, and Vijaya in the east. Vijaya. They don't call Dashami also. Vijaya, Happy Vijaya they call. You go to any Bengali family and all those, they will say Happy Vijaya. So In the east, it is called as Vijaya. And what does it, what is it all this, so Vijaya, Vijayotsav, this is for all what? This is for Lord Ramchandra's victory over the demon Ravana, right? His victory over demon Ravana. And Vijaya means itself victory, and Dashami, that is we call it the Tithi, which is the 10th day of the lunar month of Ashwin, which said. So this is where exactly it is called Victory Day. Victory of good over evil. You will find so many messages in WhatsApp, right? Victory of good over evil. So what is good and what is evil? So, who is on the good side and who is on the evil side. So, of course, Rama is always on the good side and Ravana is on the bad side of it. But then, this is what the victory of good over the evil. Why it is so important? Because just preceding this day, today's Dashara, just preceding 9 days is what is Navaratri, right? Navaratri, where you pray to Durga Devi. So 9 days of Durga festival is a purification. It's a time of purification to attain spiritual powers or wisdom or spiritual wisdom. So those 9 days people fast, they don't eat anything. Many of the times, one time fast, or they many of them stay on fruits, or many of them have eat, but they celebrate Navaratri, right? Praying Durga. So till 9 days, it is a period which is, full of purification and attaining the spiritual wisdom. Now, Vijaya Dashami, which falls exactly after the end of this 9th day, after the culmination, after the Navaratri, is the culmination of that time of purification. What do you know about, what do you mean by culmination? Culmination means what? End, right? Culmination is something which is in the grand end. So whatever purification process which we did for 9 days, which was the days where to purify right from day 1 till day 9, that culminates, whenever, for example, when culmination, if I to explain you, how many of you have heard about Himalayas? There are different peaks, right? Which is the highest peak, if I ask you? Mount Everest, right? So Mount Everest is highest peak. There are many Kanchenjunga, this, that, and everything, but Mount Everest is the highest. So that is the culmination of the peak. That is, that is the highest point. So within this 10 days, after 9 days of Navaratri, that the 10th day of Dashara is the culmination of the spiritual powers and the spiritual wisdom. It has so much potent day. It is so much potent day. అంత బలం ఉంది ఈ డేకి. నవరాత్రులు చేసిన తర్వాత ఆ నవరాత్రుల్లో వచ్చే ఎంత పుణ్యాలు, మీ స్పిరిచువల్ విజ్డమ్ కోసం ఎంత మీరు సేవ చేసుకున్నా, అది మొత్తం 9 రోజులు కలిసి ఈ 10th డే ఒకటే అంత పైద మీకు అలా జంప్ ఇస్తుంది అనమాట. భక్తిలో, పుణ్య కార్యాల్లో పెద్ద జంప్ ఇస్తుంది అనమాట. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ది కల్మినేషన్. Even now, Damodar is also starting. Prabhu has started off Damodar. So, it's like very nice that we can have Damodar. It's after 5 days, the Damodar month is also going to start. So, we can, as a prelude, we can start off the Damodar Aarti today itself only. So, in the end, we'll have Damodar Aarti also. Mataji and all those are planned for you. So, in Damodar Aarti, there is one line. Varam deva moksham na moksha vadimva. How many of you know this, meaning of this? So this, first of all, this poem, the prayer is in Sanskrit, and it has been written by Satsar. It is written by our Satswarup, yeah, Satswarup, Saint Satswarup. So when Satswarup Goswami had written that Arati, he had given his thoughts in this particular line. Varam Deva Moksham na Moksha Vadimva. Oh Deva, please give me Varam. I do not want Moksha. Varam Deva Moksham na Moksha Vadimva. I don't want any kind of Moksha. Now, how many of us, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, ultimately we see that, in the end we should get Moksha, right? Liberation, you call it as. But what is he asking? I do not want any Moksha. I want the Moksha Vadimva. That is the culmination of Moksha. Now you will say, what is that culmination of moksha? Yes. Highest moksha. So what is it called as? Yeah, bhakti. It's okay. But then, it is called liberation, you can call it as mukti. So, when we attain mukti, we don't have to come into this cycle of birth and death. In moksha, what will happen? You may end up in the Brahma Jyoti. That is, one of the first stage of moksha. In Brahma Jyoti, there is no activity. Everything is Om Shanti. Everything is Shanti. But as a Jiva, our nature is we cannot be Shant. We have to do some activity. Okay, either we serve Krishna, or we serve our family, or we serve our children, or we serve our teachers, or we serve something. Service has to, or serve our boss, serve our subordinates. Service has to be there. Otherwise, this body cannot be inactive. And that is where, at that moksha level also, if you are unable to know what is the ultimate moksha for me, that is liberation from this birth and death, you have chances to fall down. Bhagavad Gita also says, right? Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartiso arjuna. Mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Right from Brahma Loka till Patal Loka, everywhere there is cycle of birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. Huh? So this circle will continue. So in order to get out of this circle, because these things are in our hand, that we take birth, we die. Is it in our hands? No, it is not in our hands. We cannot choose our mother, father. We cannot choose the day to die. Right? That is not decided by us. So it is beyond our control. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. These four things are beyond our control. So, so I was saying, so we should know how to get out of this, and that is where we have to aspire for liberation. That is mukti. We have to get mukti from this birth cycle, and that is where he says moksha vademva. So this is that potent day to get you moksha vademva also. Just by serving Lord Ramchandra, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, there is no different. If you just serve, you just glorify them, you just chant about them, you just repeat about them, their names, that's more than enough. So, that is why it's much, much important. So we are celebrating the victory of, so today's history. So we have to also understand what all historical events happened today, right? So one is very important, everybody knows. That is Lord Ramachandra killed Ravana. Okay, that is what it is, right? So everybody recite after me. Adau Rama Tapovananadi. Adau Rama Tapovanadi Gamanam. Hatva Mrugam Kanchanam. Vaidehi Haranam Jatayu Maranam. Sugriva Sambhashanam. Vali Nirgrahanam Samudrataranam. Lanka Puri Dahanam. Paschat Ravana Kumbhakarna Hananam. Etahi Ramayanam. Adau Rama Tapovanadigamanam. Chritva Mrugam Kanchanam. Vaidehi Haranam Jatayu Maranam. Sugriva Sambhashanam. Vali Nirgrahanam Samudrataranam. Lanka Puri Dahanam. Paschat Ravana Kumbhakarna Hananam. Etahi Ramayanam. Etahi Ramayanam. reading entire Ramayana, what punya you get, if you repeat this just one shloka, you get the same punya.
Correct.
You get this is the entire Ramayana only within this shloka, covering all the kandas. So 6 kandas, of course, 7th kanda is added in the later on in the Tulsi Krit Ramayana. Otherwise, Valmiki Ramayana has only 6 kandas, the 6 chapters of Ramayana. So, so we'll understand this because this is a major reason, and other reasons we will just pass by. What all things happen today. Adav Rama Tapovanadi Gamanam. This one line itself covers 2 kandas. That is, the Bala Kanda and Ayodhya Kanda. These are the first 2 kanda. When I say it is sections, total 6 sections of Ramayana. So, Ado Rama Tapovanadi Gamanam means till the forest. These are the 2 aspects covered. So, Ado Ram, who is Ram? Who is Ram? One has to be very clear. Everybody has. Some of us also will say, my name is Ramchandra. Very common name. Everybody, like here, when you call Muhammad, everybody has Muhammad there as their name. So similarly, our elders also used to put Ram, Krishna, Hari, all those names to their children. How many of you have the God's name in your name? Srinivas is there. I know. Srinivas itself is Balaji. So generally, people used to prefer, older people used to prefer that, they take their children's name as the Lord's name. So who is this Lord? Son of Dasarath Maharaj and Kaushalya Devi. Kaushalya Devi, right? Dasarath Maharaj was the king of Ayodhya. And that was on the banks of river Sarayu. सरयू के नीरे तिरे अयोध्या नगरी श्री रामचंद्र अवतारायण सरयू के नीरे तिरे अयोध्या नगरी श्री रामचंद्र अवतार श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण. So Sri Ramachandra is the son of Dasharath Maharaj and Kaushalya Devi. And what are his qualities? Because he was born, when he was born, he was Shyamarang. Shyamarang. Shyam is what? You can put offering. Yeah. He was very Shamarang. Shamarang means blackish, bluish. Blackish, bluish. Dark blue, which is blackish type of color. So he was born. How was he born? Everybody knows, right? How was he born? He was born when Dasharath Maharaj had 3 wives. Not even Kaushalya Devi. He had a wife, Kaikai and Sumitra. But he did not have any offspring. He did not have any children. So what did he do? The sages advised them to do the Yuga Dharma of that time. What was the Yuga Dharma of? So when was Rama born? What was the Yuga name? Treta Yuga. So what is the Yuga Dharma for Treta Yuga?
No one should be.
No, Yuga Dharma, like Yagnya, yes. Krite dhyayato Vishnum Tretayam yajato makai Dwapare paricharyayam Kalautad Hari Kirtana. These are the Yuga Dharmas defined in the Shastras. Krita is Krita Yuga, that is Satyug. Satyug Dhyayato Vishnum. People used to do Dhyanam. Thousands of years. You see Hiranyakashipu and they are doing 36,000 years of tapasya. Why? They used to live 1 lakh years also. So they can do. So that age was with longevity of 1 lakh years. So that Yuga's time was Dhyanam. Treta Yuga's time was Yagnyam. Tretayam Yajato Makai. Yagnya. So if you have to do the Yuga Dharma, anything you have to do Yagnya. And that is what Vasishtha Rishi and Vishwamitra and everybody advised Dasharat Maharaj. You do Putra Kameshti Yagya. Once you do Putra Kameshti Yagya, you will have children. So he performed Yuga Dharma, Putra Kameshti Yagya. And at the end, there was a paisam which was given to the king that, you can give this to your queens. Yeah. So there was 1 glass of paisam was given. And that paisam was, you all have is paisam only, right? Okay. So that paisam then king divided into 2 glasses and gave it to Kaushalya and Kaikai. Okay. And Sumitra was there. These both, what did they do? They again made half into the 3rd glass mixed their both half into third glass and gave it to Sumitra Devi also. As a result, Kaushalya gave birth to Lord Rama. Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharata. Sorry, Bharata. No, Bharata. And Sumitra gave birth to Lakshmana and Shatrugna. Because they both gave half of their portion. They got one portion, but Sumitra got two portion. So, two children were born to her. So, this way, Rama was born. And then, in Bal Leela, there is not much of Bal Leela during Ram's birth. He was, like just when he was small and when he used to crawl and when he used to walk, he used to, do that. Mother Yashoda used to tie the payal, which used to, they used to listen and then they used to, very. And so, not much of like Krishna's Bal Leelas, if you, there is a book and containing almost 90 chapters. But for Rama, there is not much of this thing. It is just, okay, everybody were happy and they used to take care of him and that's it. And after that, when they grew up, when they grew up, what happened? Marriage was being, when they grew up, Raja, before growing up, they went to Gurukul, Gurukul of Vishwamitra. And there, they learnt all their Vidya, Dhanur Vidya, everything they learnt, and then they were grown up, and that is where exactly Vishwamitra took all the Kumaras to Swayamvar, which was being organized in Nepal, that is Vaidehi, Videha Raj. Nepal, it is in Videha Raj, is in Videha kingdom is in Nepal right now. So, King Videh, that is our Janak Maharaj had a daughter, Sita, who was supposed to be given for a Swayamvara, and there was a bow which was, Shiva's bow, which was placed in for Swayamvara. That time, now today, if you have to fix up a child marriage, what you do? You first talk to them, Is it that your guru can finalize everything? Today you will get out of the guru. How are you finalizing my son's wedding and all those? But there, Guru said, I am taking them for a Swayamvara. They did not object because they have given it to Guru. It is Guru's duty, whatever they do. And Guru took them to Swayamvara. There Ramchandra, we know the story. Ramchandra then broke the bow and then Swayamvara was being planned, right? So just Swayam before, then he sent the message to Dashrath Maharaj that, your son has done this deed and we have fixed his Swayamvara. Swayamvara is fixed. Now you all come for the wedding. Now, Dashrath Maharaj did not think twice also. If Vishwamitra said it is fine because it is ultimately Guru's advice. They will not tell anything bad about the students, right? Any teacher, will they think bad about the children? No. They will say in such a way that, every children should grow. Like, every children should aspire in their life. And here, immediately, they went and they got married. And when they went and Sita was being married, Janak Maharaj had his brother. What was his name? Kushadwaja, I think so. Kushadwaja. So, and Sita had a younger sister, Urmila, and Kushadwaja had two more daughters, that is Mandvi and Shrutakirti. So, these four were married to this four sons of Dashrath Maharaj. Okay, and they all came home. So when this was being, wedding is planned and they have become major, Dashrath Maharaj thought, I'll take now sabbatical and I'll make my elder son Rama as the king, right? That's correct. Everybody does that, right? When you have become old, you try to give away the reins to your children. But that time, Kaikeyi, why did she object? She was instigated by Manthara. Right? There are always, there are. So we think only today such kind of people exist? No, they existed then also. But of course, we think, why did Mantra say this way? Okay, Mantra said because the Leela had to happen. If Mantra would not have said, probably Ramchandra would have not gone to the Vanvas and this Ravana story would not have happened, right? So immediately they, when she was instigated by Manthara, she asked the two boons which King Dashrath had given to her during one Devasur Sangram. The Ratha screw was falling down. So what did Kaikeyi do? Kaikeyi was accompanying during that Yuddha with the Dashrath Maharaj. She put her finger in the place of the screw, and Dashrath Maharaj then won the war. So Dashrath Maharaj was so pleased that he said, "You can ask whatever you want to ask. I will not deny you. Not one, you can ask two things. So two boons." So she says, "I don't want anything." She was a very nice lady, until she was instigated. So whenever time comes, I will ask you, don't worry. Then Dashrath Maharaj says, "Yes, Raghukul Riti Sada Chali Aayi, Pran Jai Par Vachan Na Jai." है ना? That this is the Raghukul's wording that, once you give the boon, you will not go back, come what may. And Kaikeyi asked those two boons, stating what? Ramchandra should go to forest and my son Bharat should become the king. And then the entire drama unfolds, right? So till here, this two kands, like Ayodhya Kand and Balakand. So Ado Rama Tapovanadi Gamanam. Tapovanadi. What is this Tapovan? Tapovan is called forest. Right? Tapo. Why it is called Tapo? Tapo means what? Austerity, tapasya. It is not easy to go to forest and live. Earlier, people used to go. Very difficult. You don't get sofa, you don't get chair, you don't get, water also you have to search for a nearby well or, river. Stay in the kusha grass asan or sleep on the kusha. It's not that easy. It was a tapasya. And with that tapasya, you should remember the ultimate, the spiritual, the wisdom that Narayan, Krishna, whatever you call it as, you have to remember the ultimate truth and go back home in your last times. So that was the stage defined for that. But today we cannot do that. But how can we practice that? Because we don't have forest. Even if we go to forest today, they will come and hit us out. You are not supposed to stay here. So what is the forest for the people of that age when they come to Vanaprastha age? One going age. Vanaprastha age is what? One going age. So what do people do? People just deactivate themselves from the routine work, give children the responsibility, and they just follow the bhajan and all those karikrams, right? In the home, they just do divinity programs. That is the Vanaprastha today. If you are not doing, then you will have to do. Once you are crossing 60, I'll give you an option up to 60. Because till 60 we are working here. So that's why I can say till 60 or grasa. Otherwise 50 only as per Shastras. Here the age is 60. So I'll say after 60 you have to think about Vanaprastha. So give your children settlement and then you just concentrate on. So this way, Tapovanadi Gamanam. So they left for Tapovan. Gamanam means exit, right? They exited Ayodhya and went to. So what is Rama's qualities? Rama, what kind of person he was? What kind of qualities he had? He was called Maryada Purushottama, right? Maryada Purushottama. So he was an ideal man. He was an ideal man. By children, you will get these qualities, right? Sometimes describe the characteristics of this particular kavi or writer. You get. So you write. What do you write like this, right? So in case of Rama, you have to write. Then he was an ideal man called Maryada Purushottama. He was embodiment of dharma. He was an embodiment of dharma. So, righteousness, duty, virtue, truth, justice, all this forms part of dharma. There are various theses. For justice, there is, Manu Shastra. For virtues, there are various Vedas. So righteousness, duty, virtue, truth, justice, compassion, दया सभी जीवों के ऊपर, compassion, and also the moral conduct. So Rama was excelling in that. So that is why he was embodiment of dharma. And as the seventh avatar of Vishnu, he symbolizes the triumph over good over evil. Triumph of good over evil. बुराई अच्छाई की बुराई पर जीत. And then not only that, he was a symbol of hope and justice. That if we go to Rama, our things would get fulfilled. He was a revered figure in life whose teachings provide lesson on morality, ethics, and they remain relevant even today. Even today, they remain relevant. That was when? This was 17 lakh years old. Ramayana. But even today, the same moral lessons, even today people want Ram Rajya, right? Rama Rajya. And what is so that kind of person was Rama. When you say qualities of Rama, all this. Similarly, what is the wife of Sita, I mean, Sita Devi's qualities? We have to understand that also. What is Sita Devi's qualities? So Sita Devi was represented for purity, chastity. I don't know. Purity. Purity is she was very pure at heart. Hmm? Chastity. Never allowed, any, ex Ravana had abducted. That was a this. Otherwise, she was very chaste lady. Divine with a divine strength. She was a strength, a lady with a divine strength, courage, and resilience. She did not get worried. During Ashok Vatika, people, like, all the Rakshasas and Rakshasis, how much they tormented. But she did not. She gave all resilience. And with an unwavering commitment towards Dharma. Unwavering commitment. Whatever happens, this blade of grass would save me. Unwavering. Unwavering means which does not flicker. That kind of teeth means, righteousness she had. And despite immense suffering, whatever she had undergone. So, Adav Ram Tapovanadi Gamanam. So, Ram along with Sita and Lakshman proceeded to Vana Gamanam. So, this is and then the second line is Hatva Mrugam Kanchanam. Hatva Mrugam Kanchanam is what? The Lord Rama chased. Hatva is killed. Chased and killed Mrugam Kanchanam. Mrugam is? Huh? Yeah, which? Deer. Right? Mrugam is deer. And Kanchanam is gold. Golden deer. Hatva Mrugam Kanchanam. So, golden deer. So, Rama then chased the deer and killed him. So, who was this deer? Maricha, right? And whose son he was? What was his? Like, we took Dashrath Maharaj as the father. So, whose son's Maricha was? Shunda. He was one of the demon named Shund and Taraka. Taraka. Okay, Shund and Taraka. Okay, Shund was, of course, again a son of Jamba and Jharja. There were again two demoness, demon and demoness, Jamba and Jharja. He was the son of them. Right? So he was grandson of them. That's what I'm asking. So demon, Shund and Tadaka. So who is Tadaka? So what is the reference of Tadaka in Ramayana? Tadaka कौन थी? हाँ ताड़का हाँ ఉండొచ్చు తాడకటి means like
Oh, that's a female demon.
yeah, female demon, yeah, that's what Tarka we call it as Taraki, okay, maybe. So so yeah, so when Rama opened his innings for killing the demonesses, first was this Taraka only. Rama first killed Taraka. So, first with the female demon. He was thinking, what is this opening? Such kind of opening, huh? Opening batsman. It is a female means what? Rama was at least okay, he killed Taraka. When Putana came to give Visham, he closed his eyes only. Thinking that already in my Ramchandra Janma, I killed Taraka as the first opening batsman. Why this Putana has to come again and kill me? So one of the reasons he closed his eyes there. Of course, there are various reasons why he closed his eyes. But in both the avatars, Krishna or Rama, he opened his batting with killing women demoness.
There is no woman empowerment in those
No. Woman empowerment was there. Otherwise, Sita would not have been so much of this thing. But the question is, demons are those. Who are demons? Who are demons or who are asuras? Just one simple definition. Anybody from their own common language. It's nothing. You can, by common logic, there's no test examination going on. What do you mean by an asura? Asur किसको कहते हैं? Okay, bad habits, one of the reason. Yes, many. You can tell.
Anti-God.
Who is God again? So anti-Narayana, I'll call it right now. Okay, anti-Narayana. Anybody who defies the presence of Narayana. Who is Ram? Expansion of Narayana only, right? Expansion of Krishna only. So, anyone who defies the presence of Vishnu, he is a demon. You know, Hiranyakashipu, what did he do? He worshipped all the Devi Devatas. You know, he went to Brahmaji by doing tapasya. He prayed to Shiva. Everything all fine. You know, all the Devi Devatas. But one who defies Vishnu. One who doesn't like Vishnu. Actual Shastra says, I am not telling this. This is what is the verdict given by Shastras. If you defy the presence of Vishnu, Narayana, Krishna, Rama, that is where you are called Asura. What did Ravana do? He was did the same thing, that he did not agree to Rama, but he wanted to enjoy Sita. Like, you know, we many of the times in Diwali, we pray to Lakshmi ji only. Oh, Lakshmi ji, please come to our house, give us dhanam, dhanyam, everything and fine. But we forget Narayana. Whereas, ideal worship should be, you have to worship Lakshmi Narayana. If you worship Narayana, Lakshmi will automatically come to your house. Because Narayana is never alone. Rama is never alone. Always you will see standing with Sita. Krishna is also not alone. Always standing with Radha. Or even if he is alone, he will be standing with a cow. Okay, somebody or the other. They will always either Bhakt or their Shakti. So, Hatva Mrugam Kanchanam. So, this, and he was the uncle of Ravana. Maricha was the uncle of Ravana. So, on Ravana's advice, he came to Vana. And where they were at that time? Once they crossed Saryu, they came and who made them cross Saryu? Rama and Lakshmana and Sita. Who made to cross the Saryu river? No, first river in the Ayodhya after crossing. What is his name? Guha. Or we can also call him as Kevat. Right? In Hindi we call him as Kevat, Guha. So Guha made cross to him that river. And what did he say? In the end, Sita wanted to say, please reward this person who has made us cross Saryu river, Ganga river. So Rama wanted to give one ring. Then what did he say, Guha? You and me are in the same profession. How can I take money from you when we are in the same profession? What did he say? Was it wrong or correct? So what is the correct means? Like he was a boat running person. Guha was just a person to deliver a person from this shore to that shore. And what was Rama doing?
From material world
To the spiritual world. Bhavasagara. Rama is crossing everybody in the Bhavasagara. And Guha was just transferring from one end of the shore to the other end of the shore. This way he said, we both are in the same profession. Making people sail from this end to that end. Okay. So they were in the same profession. So that is very, very important reason for us. You know, sometimes we don't look so deeply. After reaching there, they went to, they stayed in Panchavati, or they stayed in first Chitrakoot, and then they came to Panchavati, they crossed Dandakaranya and ultimately to Parnashala. And that is where, who came first? Of course, all the sages they were serving and all those, but who came? Surpanaka. Surpanaka was flying in the sky. She could see two very nicely built yuvaks standing there. So, what did she do? She wanted to meet them. So, Rama said, I am already married. Please, I cannot do anything. And Lakshmana said, I am also married. I cannot marry you. So, your wife is not here. He said, I will not be able to make any relationship with you. Please go away. Then she sees Sita and says, because of this lady, you don't want me to marry you. Means I want to marry you, and this lady is coming in between. She wants to go and kill Sita, and that is where Lakshmana chops off the nose and ears of Surpanaka. And with that, she goes and instigates Ravana, who is his brother, that I saw a very beautiful female called Sita, who is being married to Rama, and Lakshmana was his brother-in-law. I wanted to bring that lady for you, but they made this cut my nose and ears. I wanted to bring that lady for you. Ravana, okay, so beautiful lady, then I will have to certainly take her. And that is how he matches this. And he sends his uncle, Maricha, that you go and you make them into illusion. Ritva Mrigam Kanchana. That's what he goes into golden form. Sita gets attracted. So, what does this Maricha represents? Ignorance, no, illusion.
Illusion.
Yeah. Because, there is no deer called with made up of gold, right? But he illusioned Sita Mata and everybody that, a golden deer. Sita had to send Rama to bring that deer because once this Vanvas is over, we'll go back and we'll give this deer skin to Bharat and all those, it will be good. And that is how, Maricha then takes Rama far, and you all know the story that, he shouts in the name of Sita, Sita in the name of Ram, and then Lakshman, who is there as a doorkeeper, as a, gatekeeper, he says, I will not go, this is not Rama, but Sita insists you should go. And that is where he creates a Lakshman Rekha, which is still existing in Parnashala, but not with that power, but, still they have made it. Okay. If you go to Bhadrachalam and all those, you can see that Parnashala, Kuti and all those, which is still, they have created as this thing, of course, but that is the place. So Lakshman goes creating that boundary, and then Ravana comes in the form of a mendicant and asks for Bhiksham Dehi, and when Sita wants to give it from inside, he cannot go inside because he will get killed because the power was there. So Sita had to come out. He insists that otherwise I'll give you shrap, and a mendicant has come to your place and you do not want to give alms. And that is how Sita comes out, and he takes Sita and makes him sit into the Pushpak Vimanam, and by the air route he takes Sita away. And Vedehi Haranam, and this is where Sita gets Haran. Vedehi Haranam, Jatayu Maranam. So when he is carrying Jatayu, he is what? He is a vulture we call it as, right? Or flying bird we call bird, yeah. हम लोग उसको क्या बोलते हैं? वल्चर ही बोलते हैं, इंग्लिश में वल्चर ही बोलते हैं, जटायु. So जटायु, eagle or vulture you can call it, right? Eagle. So eagle or vulture also, no, it's one and the same. It's the same category. So he tries to stop, but what Ravana does, cuts his wing, right? So Jatayu represented what? Values for loyalty. One has to be loyal, right? So he tried to save Sita. He saw Sita in distress, shouting out for help. He was very old, but still he tried to help Sita. So loyalty, courage, and sacrifice. He sacrificed his life also in saving Sita. So Jatayu represented these three qualities. So he gave up his life, and ultimately, but Ravana cut his thing, and he was lying there, and Rama, when came, he saw Jatayu. Then Jatayu said, he's gone towards south, taking your wife. I tried to stop. Sorry, I could not help. Then Rama, and he dies. And then Rama cremates him. And then, Rama travels south and then meets whom? Hanuman, right? Anjaneya. So he meets Hanuman, then Hanuman takes them to Sugriva. He's eternal servant. Hanuman is the eternal servant of Rama, even in Ayodhya. That is, even the spiritual world, Ayodhya also is the eternal servant. So he takes him to his friend Sugriva. And Sugriva Sambhashanam, there is a Sambhashanam between them. Sambhashanam means dialogue. So I am the king of Ayodhya. He says, I am the king of Kishkindya. So this is where the Kishkindya Kandam starts. The Vanvas Kand is over and the Kishkindya Kand starts. That, and that then he says a story that, I am Bali is my brother. He's taken away my wife Roma, for a small misunderstanding. They had a fighting between a small misunderstanding, and he took away the wife of Sugriva and he banished Sugriva out of the kingdom. And then what happened? Then, Rama also says, my wife is abducted. So Sugriva says, I will help you in finding your wife, but you have to help me getting my kingdom. So this is the Sambhashanam happens. So for that, Vali just doesn't open up so easily. He tests Rama. Please show me. Vali is a very powerful king. Vali is a very powerful king. I should be sure that, we have to end, right? Okay. I should be sure that you will be able to kill him. So, he put him a test that, throw your arrow, whether then the arrow cuts 7 trees, so many other tests, because, this is where what do you call it today? Also, we call it as Kootaniti. How politics, this things works. Prime Minister of this country, Prime Minister of that country, they both can boast of their own. But how to test? This is how this Kootaniti comes in. So with this Kootaniti, they were trying to test each other. And then he agrees. Why? And that, okay, I'll kill Vali for you. And Rama kills Vali. How does he kill? From behind, right? They both are fighting and Rama goes behind the tree and kills Vali. Many of them have a doubt here, right? Why Rama had to kill Vali this way? How many of you know the reason? Who? No, Vani is an animal, okay. But why Rama had to go behind and why he did not directly fight with Vali in the front? Yeah. Who is there? Yeah, Mataji, you said? Yeah. Exactly. This is what it is. So one has to be very active. So Vali had a bone that if anybody fights with him, Vali can absorb his 50% energy. You will get 50% down there itself. So Rama knew about this. Rama is not worried about his energy because he has a lot of energy. Problem is not that. But Rama came in the form of Manusha Rupam, right? He did not come as a supreme god. Like Krishna, everywhere he showed, I can lift Govardhana, I can kill this Rakshasa, I can kill any. He showed everywhere that I am the god. But Rama came in the form of human being. Why? Because Ravana took when he prayed to Shiva and when he got the boons, he said this Manav and Vanar are tuchya. They are waste. I am not worried with them. But all other I should not get killed. I should not get killed by any kind of Devi Devatas. Like Indra, Chandra, whatever. So this Manav and Vanars are tuch. I am not worried about them. So Rama had no other option. Narayana had no other option. He had to come as a Rama, as a Manava, and all his associates who can help him came as a Vanara. And that is the reason how, why Rama respected the Shastras. Because if somebody has been given boon, we should respect the Shastra. And that is how he came from behind and killed Vali. And in the next Janma, the same Vali became what? Because karma has to come out, right? So Rama did this Leela so that, he also faces this. Next Janma, what happened during Krishna?
So he became a Vyada.
Vyada, yes. In the end, when Krishna was winding up his Leela and going back to Goloka, he came in the form of that hunter and Krishna was sleeping below the tree, resting below the tree, and his shoe was looking like a peacock feather. He thought some peacock is sitting there and he put his arrow. And that is what struck Krishna. And so he was none other than this Vali who was given the chance. Okay. So people think, Rama and all those, they made all problems, this is all Leela. Purushottama is. They make Leelas for our benefit. Otherwise, Vali would not have got chance to serve Krishna in this way. So next Janma he came and in that way Krishna ended up his Leela. So whatever happened, so Vali Nirgrahanam means he was killed. Vali Nirgrahanam. So this way Vali was killed. And that ends the Kishkindya Kandam. And then Sugriva, he was a friend, right? So he divides various troops, east, west, north, south, all the direction they send. In the south, he sends whom? Hanuman, Jambavant, and Angad. All the important generals go towards south because the direction in south was very clear when Jatayu informed that they have gone towards south. So important person, Sugriva sends to south. And Rama and or Lakshmana are sitting in Kishkindiya Nagari only, outside in one. They cannot enter the Nagar. So then we all know Hanumanji could jump to Lanka. He did not even jump to Lanka. So Samudra Taranam. Samudra Taranam. Taranam is leaping across. So he leaps to Lanka. He kills Lankini. He kills Akshay Kumara. He dismantles all the Ashok Vatika, meets Sita, gives the Ram Mudrika. Okay. And then he is very hungry, takes permission from Sita to eat all the fruits. And in the eating the fruits, he dismantles all the Ashok Vatika. And that is where Akshay Kumara comes, and then he is killed. And then Meghnath comes, Indrajit we call it as, and he gives a Brahmastra to catch this monkey, Vanara, that is Hanuman. And in order to respect Brahma, Brahmastra would not have disturbed Hanuman, but in order to respect Brahma and to see and to pass on the message, he gets tied up. And we all know that, he will make him to sit down, and then, ultimately they decide that he is only a monkey. We should not kill a monkey. If he has come as a doot, we cannot kill him. Ambassadors we cannot kill, right? Here also. Today also, ambassadors cannot be killed, right? Any country's ambassador. So that Duta, then of course, then they'll think, okay, we'll give him punishment. What punishment? We will tie, rope to his, the tail and put on fire. Okay. So Hanuman gets this idea, while talking to Sita Devi, he hears Trijata saying that I saw in my swapna a Vanara coming and burning entire Lanka. So please don't disturb Sita Mata in this way. Trijata is one of the very nice demoness, you can call it, as who took care of Sita during exile. So, and that is how he thinks, why did Trijata had to say, maybe it is Rama's advice to me. It has come out of Trijata's mind. Okay. So Ram has already given me a work now. When they are burning, he remembers. So Trijata has said something, and that is also my Prabhu, because Bhagwan is sitting in your heart as Paramatma. So when that Paramatma has spoken out through your mouth, Hanuman takes it as his advice and burns entire Lanka. Lanka Puri Dahanam. Entire Lanka he burns, excepting Vibhishan's house. Vibhishan, because they have a Sambhashana with Vibhishan also. And Paschat Ravana Kumbhakarna Hananam. Etahi Ramayana. So, okay, Hanuman takes the Chudamani from Sita Mata, goes back to Kishkindia. Then they all plan to go to Lanka. They create a bridge. Okay, because how to cross? Hanuman can jump. How others can go? So they create a bridge. And during that bridge, everybody serves. All the monkeys serve and make a bridge. We call it as Ram Setu. Today also it exists between India and Sri Lanka. So that bridge is created and everybody cross, and then they go to Lanka, and then there's a fierce battle happens. So, like Ravana Kumbhakarna Hanana. So these are the two important aspects, Ravana and Kumbhakarna. So, of course, there is a lot of sequence of event. Vibhishan comes and meet them, and then, they give Vibhishan the Sharanagati, and they already coronate him as king before Rama has won. And then the moment the Yuddha starts, first the person is killed is Prahasta, who is the army general chief of Ravana, and then there is, Indrajit, who comes and then puts a Nagapasha weapon on both Rama and Lakshmana. So then Hanuman brings Garuda, because Garuda can open the Naga, poison. So Garuda comes and then opens the Nagapasha, and then they are again back to life. And then, and then there is, Ahiravan, who is called for by Ravana, and then he is killed. And then ultimately he raises Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna is representing whom? Tamoguna, right? Tamoguna. Of course, they who are Kumbhakarna and Ravana, then Jai Vijay, as Prabhu has said, Jai Vijay, right? So Jai Vijay, the doorkeepers of Vishnu. Yeah. So the doorkeepers of Vishnu, they come. They are given the curse by Which Munis? Four Kumaras. Sanak, Sanatan, Sunandan, and
Sanat Kumar.
all the four Sanat Kumaras, they give curse that, since you stopped us going inside, so we will also give you a curse that, you go to Mrityu Loka and become Asuras. And when that time Vishnu appears and then they pray to Vishnu and Vishnu says, okay, I can reduce your thing. Either you take, I say either you permanently stay there or I give, so they say you go to Bhuloka. Then Vishnu says, okay, you take 3 janmas as an Asura. I will come. You will have to fight with me. And I'll kill you and you can come back after 3 janmas to me back or take 100 janmas as normal person and then come back to me 100 or 1000 because they realize, okay, doing 1000 janmas also we should come to bhakti. We should realize who Rama is, who Krishna is and then go back. It's very difficult for us. Better 3 janmas is more than enough. And that is how this Jai Vijay comes as Kumbhakarna and Ravana. So Kumbhakarna represents inertia, laziness. Immense, he had immense power also, but entirely lazy. He was a symbol of Tamoguna. And because of his constant sleep. So Kumbhakarna attacks Rama's army, kills millions of Vanaras and, Lakshmana, Sugriva. Everybody is, they can't do anything. He's so ferocious. Ultimately, Rama kills Kumbhakarna by cutting his hands and then ultimately throwing a Divyastra. It's not by ordinary Astra, he cannot be killed, so Divyastra. And after that, again, Indrajit comes. That is Meghna. And he comes and then, he fights very violently and then, he also gets killed by Lakshmana's Endrastra. And then Ravana comes out. And Ravana comes out and then he gives a tough fight. Very tough fight. And, since Lakshmana had killed Indrajit, so first he attacks Lakshmana and literally collapses him. He is almost like, on a deathbed. And that is where Hanuman flies to Lanka, calls Sushen, who is a doctor, we call it as those days doctor. He calls Sushen, who is the official, doctor of Ravana. Yeah, we call it as, he's a, Maya, he is medicine, so we call it doctor only. What is that call in Hindi or? हाँ सुश्रुत नहीं, सुश्रुत तो ठीक है नहीं, ये जो हकीम होते हैं ना, वैद्य ही इज अ वैद्य. So Vaidya, he is not coming because no, I cannot come. Ravana is there. I cannot come for a Shatru to see him. Whereas it is doctor's responsibility. Whoever, whether he is an enemy or what, he has to first attend the patient. So then Hanuman reminds him, what are you talking? Your work is to save lives. You cannot say this way. Then he says, see, I am worried. I cannot come. How you want to take me, you take and go. So what does Hanuman do? He takes the entire house of Sushen and comes out. And then Sushen sees and says, you have to bring so-and-so Jadi Booty from Himalayas. He says something. And that too before sunrise. It's evening already. The Hanumana then flies and goes to Himalayas. He doesn't understand what is that kind of Jadi Booty. So he entirely brings the entire Parvat only. The entire Parvat with that Jadi Booty he brings to Lanka. And then Sushen then, makes some medicinal herb and then gives it to Lakshmana and then that is what Sanjeevani Jadi Booty we call it as. So he brings Sanjeevani and gives it to Sushen and Sushen then makes Lakshmana back alive. Okay. And then after that Ravana gets more ferocious and then he comes very heavily, but in the end what happens? When he's fighting, then, Vibhishan helps that, he is having the nectar in his stomach. He'll not die this way. Rama is cutting one head, the second head is appearing. Second head is appearing, third head is appearing. So then Vibhishan says, no, he will never be able to. Even if you cut n number of heads, his heads will again come back because of the nectar in him. So you have to do some Divyastra only. Then Rama calls for Brahmastra and then first hits at his Nabi where the entire nectar is dried up. And then he kills Ravana in the chest, and then he falls flat on the ground. Just like how a mountain falls, he falls down on the ground. So, and before that, in the morning, that is at the same Dashara day. In the morning, Rishi Agastya comes and says you have to recite Aditya Hridayam Stotram and then do. And this is the where Rama recited Aditya Hridayam Stotram in the morning. And that day, this is the Dasara day, which is auspicious day, Navaratri, all auspiciousness, culmination day, as we discussed in the starting, culmination day with extra powers, all Rama could kill Ravana. So what did Ravana represent? Ravana had 10 heads, What are those 10 heads representing? No, we'll go line by line. They represent all the 10 negative qualities that destroy our spiritual growth. 10 negative qualities that keep us away from the spiritual growth. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Okay? Matsarya. And then mind, intelligence, ego, and envy. So all this 10 negative things. Like English also I can say the names are, Kama is lust, anger is krodha, lobha is greed, and moha is delusion or attachment. Mada is pride. Matsarya is envy or jealousy. Ego is ahankara. Mind is manas. So your mind can be your friend and your mind can be your enemy, right? Bhagavad Gita says. It can be both. It is how you tame the mind. And intellectual buddhi. Buddhi is what does buddhi do in your body? It discriminates between good and bad. So if you are listening to your mind and ignoring your buddhi, then you will be the mind will become your bad enemy. Because buddhi, which is able to discriminate, is not giving you right advice. So that will become your enemy. Your mind will become your enemy. If the buddhi is discriminating correctly, then it will listen to the advice of the soul and then guide the mind. You better keep quiet, just shut up. Soul is right. And when you listen to the soul, you automatically, the buddhi has done its own work. So then that is where the mind becomes your friend. And Bhagavad Gita very clearly lays this principle. And your consciousness. Ultimately all this, will pollute your consciousness. All these 10 things will pollute your consciousness. And because of your polluted consciousness, you do all this 10 negative things. So Ravana was representing these 10 negative qualities, and all those qualities exist in us also today. It exists in me also. That is where we do say that, you have to clear your consciousness. And clearing your consciousness is how? Clearing your consciousness, making your consciousness pure. Like, there is a window and there is something mud on that. So what do? You have to clean, right? You have to do marjanam. So how your soul is also contaminated due to various 3 modes. Sato guna, rajo guna, tamo guna is playing on you. You are actively involved in this prakriti, seeing this, saying that. So that is also getting polluted. So how that pollution will come out? So, there are 3 things I said: mind, intelligence, and ego. These 3 have to be rectified. These 3 have to be purified. Then everything is purified. So, for purifying the mind, what you have to do? Recite the mantra, japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you recite this, your mind gets purified. Mantra. Manatrayate iti mantraha. One who clears the mind, that is mantra. For intelligence to get clear, what do you have to do? For intelligence to get purified, what do you have to do? नहीं बोलो कोई बात नहीं, सब लोग बोल सकते हैं. मेडिटेशन से नहीं होगा माताजी. मेडिटेशन से माइंड थोड़ी देर के लिए शांत होगा, फिर मेडिटेशन भंग हुआ, आपका माइंड फिर नो. that is for next. No, you have to read shastras. When you read the shastras, you will come know who are you. Then who are you when you ask? Then you will come to know I am the soul. I am not this body. Very clear, right? How many of you think you are the body and not the soul? आप लोग क्या सोचते हो? बॉडी सोचते हो, सोल सोचते हो अपने आप को?
Confused.
हाँ?
Confused.
Your body or soul? Every one of you. Huh. When I'm calling Srinivas Prabhu, I'm calling him as a soul or I'm calling him as a body? Body. Okay. I'll take some Sharma. Okay, I'm calling some Sharma name as body, right? If tomorrow he dies, that Sharma, I'll say, oh, he left. What he left? Sharma, you were calling for the body. The body is right here, right? Then who left? नहीं नहीं वो तो चले गए. So you are calling the soul, not the body. Soul, body, then you'll say, no, no, ये तो उनका body है, ये तो जाके जला दो. एक दिन भी नहीं रखोगे घर में. You will not keep one day also. Oh, it is stinking. Please go and finish the process. So, okay, you will cry and everything. That's fine. But let Sharmaji go away. Right? Whereas the person who has gone is the soul. So when I call Srinivas Prabhu or Sirisha Mataji or all you Matajis, Prabhujis, whatever name, I am representing you as a soul. So you will come, when you read Shastra, you will come to know that I am the soul and what is the duty of the soul. So who is soul? Soul is part and parcel of the super soul. Atma, part of Paramatma. So when you know you are part of Paramatma, what is your duty? You have to go back to him, right? If you are belonging to Paramatma, for example, I am son of Srinivas Prabhu, then someday I'll see to it that, I have to reach back to Srinivas Prabhu. So many people you'll see in movies, they get, during childhood, some children gets, in the rain or in the earthquake, gets, dispersed from their parents and later on they meet. So we have also left our Paramatma and came to this material world thinking that, this is our place of enjoyment, whereas this is not the place of enjoyment. Bhagavad Gita says very clearly, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. This place is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. We have to go back to our home. That is what. And how can we go back to our place? Only by re-establishing our connection. And that is possible. The easiest method is by chanting the lanes of Lord Hari. And third is ego. How that can be purified?
Service.
By service. Serving the Vaishnavas. Because you have to show humility. And that is where ego gets purified. So this way we can qualify and, pray. So this is today's the Dashara day, important day. We have to pray to Lord Ramachandra that please remove this 10 kind of anarthas in me and help me to get into bhakti of Lord Rama and get into bhakti of Krishna. So this entire 2-line shloka, Etahi Ramayanam. This is the total summary of Ramayanam.
I think all of who assembled here,
Hmm.
they are doing the third one, Prabhuji. They did a lot of service for
Hari Bol,
Ashram.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Second reason today day is important. Why? Because Devi Durga could kill Mahishasura. Who is Mahishasura? And demon in the form of bull. Okay. Then on this day during Dwapara, Shammi tree was worshipped by Pandavas. Shammi tree was worshipped by Pandavas. They kept their weapons, which was retrieved, and this was the same day. Okay. Then today is the day where we do. How many of you done this? I don't know. Aksharabhyasam. Navami is the day of Saraswati. So once you complete Saraswati Puja on Navami, 10th day you do Aksharabhyasam. That is one of the sanskara. When children comes to 4-5 years age, we teach them how to write Om first time. Right? That is a samskara. Aksharabhyasam. That happens today. Okay, but here there are people do not know. So I wanted to do, but then, people will not know. That's why I'm not done. So, and then this is the fifth reason is, this is the beginning of harvest season. Kharif season starts. And, Navadhanyalu is being put and then, Ayudha Puja takes place. all the Astra Shastra, because Shastra Puja was started by Pandavas, we still do today, and Ayudha Puja because of the harvest season. Because when we do plowing, so whatever plowing machines and all those we used to use, we used to worship them. So this is what is Ayudha Puja. And then we distribute meat near and dear and greet them with Happy Dasara. శుభాకాంక్షలు. తెలుగు వాళ్ళు సంబరాలు చేసుకుంటారు కదా, సంక్రాంతి ఇంకా దసరా, ఈ 2 రోజులు సంబరాలు చేసుకోవాలి. దట్ ఈస్ యూ హావ్ టు మీట్ అండ్ గ్రీట్ యువర్ పీపుల్. అండ్ దే గివ్ సమ్ గోల్డెన్ లీఫ్ ఆల్సో ఇన్ ఇండియా. సోనా, బంగారం. హౌ మెనీ ఆఫ్ యూ నో బంగారం? సోనా బాంటే. One green leaf is distributed, as a gesture that you take this gold, and that gold is again distributed to you. It's a give and take. That's one thing, and that is what. Today it is all feast. People you have bought, and Prabhuji has made something, and you are all going to feed, each other. And in the end, the last 6th reason is.
The leaf that they give, it is to Pandavas put that on the tree.
Yes.
That leaf they give to everyone.
Everyone, that's all. Shammi tree, yes. No, but that Shammi tree was different. But this leaf was put as a token over there. This is a different leaf. I think so. This is.
It's one mantra for the cemetery, right?
Yeah. But I am not know. I'll not know that. So I'll not be able to tell that mantra right now. So because. अपत्याचे पात्र. That's what. सोने का पत्ता बोलते हैं ना उसको. I was trying to get some English name of it, so I was not recollecting. That's why. And in the last, today is the day of appearance day of Madhvacharya. So he was a very strong Vaishnava. Dvaita philosophy. He put forward the Dvaita philosophy in Dvaita Vedanta Darshan. And he was a very prominent spiritual guru of the Madhva Sampradaya, which comes from Brahma. We are also the extension of Madhva Sampradaya. ISKCON is ISKCON is called as Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So our Acharya is Madhvacharya only. After Madhvacharya, one of the disciple of Madhvacharya was Lakshmipati Tirtha Madhavendra Puri, and Madhavendra Puri's disciple was Lakshmipati Tirtha. So Madhavendra Puri was disciple of Madhvacharya's the succession. He went to Bengal, and there he started as Gaudiya. So Gaudiya Vaishnavism, that is where we call it as Brahma Madhva Gaudiya. So ISKCON as Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sanstha. So this way, this is an important